Now, whether we like it or not, war is great business, and there are ways you can invest in this industry through the stock market. So let's have a look. Hello there, welcome to another video on investing in stocks. If you enjoy it, hit subscribe, drop a comment if you have any questions. So let's start off with having a look at the global defense market. So all the countries combined in the world spend about $1,686 that's in billions, every year on defense. And the top 100 companies, so that's private and public, earns about $709 billion a year. So that's pretty much the market we're working with. And the top spenders, no surprises here, are the US, which is far ahead of China and Russia, which again are far ahead of Saudi Arabia and India. Then you have France, UK, Germany, Iran, and so on and so on. And the main things these countries' governments spend money on are planes, missile systems, so that's mainly defensive missile systems, ships, intelligence, engines, tanks, small arms, etc., etc. And of course they are granted money by the government, so this is pretty much guaranteed spendings every year. So it's a bit of a special industry. The customers are pretty much all governments, which actually makes it quite lucrative. So the main players you can invest in on the stock market, these are all massive companies, are obviously Lockheed Martin, which does mostly planes and missile systems. They do revenues of about 46 billion every year. Raytheon, a similar company, does mainly missiles though, both defense systems and actual missiles, intelligence and also planes. It does about 24 billion in revenue. Now keep in mind, most companies are involved in the aerospace industry, so fighter jets in some capacity. Northrop Grumman, another massive player, mostly planes. They make stealth bombers. Intelligence is like radar and military software, and they do about 24 billion in dollars revenue as well, so same as Raytheon. General Dynamic, big company, planes. They also make engines for submarines, and they also provide intelligence equipment. 31 billion in annual revenue. BAE Systems does mostly planes and even carriers, so that's actually the big ships with planes on them. Does about 21 billion in revenue. When it comes to ETFs, you only have 4 choices. They're all quite expensive ETFs, a little bit of dividend, but I think this is a great way to play the aerospace and defense industry. So we have ITA, which is going to have 0.44% expense ratio and 0.92 dividend. XAR, which is 0.35 and 1.18. PPA, which is 0.61 and 1.15. And then this is the most expensive ETF I've ever seen. DFEN, 1.08 expense ratio and 0.04 dividends. So of these ETFs, I would probably go with one of these. They have the best dividend and the lowest expense ratio. I think this is a great industry. It has quite low growth, about 3 to 4% every year, but it's guaranteed spendings. They're governments, so they have endless amounts of money. They're big customers, and countries are spending more and more. There are also rising global tensions, military tensions, so that means countries will be spending more money, especially on planes for controlling airspace and surveillance, also drones and unmanned aircrafts, intelligence equipment, and maybe not so much submarines and big boats and tanks and such. It's mostly these nimble military instruments, such as any flying objects or radars, missile defense systems, stuff like this. So have a look. Good luck with your investing. I'll see you in the next video.